A new Canadian-made social media platform called Gander set to launch publicly in October. It's aiming to offer a safer, troll-free alternative to U.S.-dominated apps. Created by 5 Canadian tech leaders, the app was built in response to growing frustration with disinformation and toxic content on U.S.-based platforms. Gander will be hosted entirely in Canada to protect users' data and follow Canadian rules. Going to be available in English, French, and 3 Indigenous languages. Let's go now to Ben Waldman, founder of Gander Social. Ben, welcome to the program.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's great to talk to you here, but I'll put my cards on the table. Color me skeptical here. I'm just thinking about for social media platforms to be successful, like you and all your friends need to be on them. And it seems like we're so tied to our Facebooks and Instagrams and X's that it may be difficult to start up something that's just for Canada. Why don't you prove me wrong here?
So I hear you, and I think one of the things that has come up for us that we've seen a lot of is people are missing the social connection in social media. It's largely become a consumer-based activity. You really consume content more than you connect with people, and the algorithms that control us. People are getting tired of it, and really, we've seen a lot of people. We've got 17,000 signups just based off of, a few organic social posts, and of course, some of the media in the last few days. People are really craving something new where they can connect with people, and that's what we're focusing on.
Well, what do you liken Gander to, if you think about it, maybe parts of experiences that do work on the platforms that people know and love, right? How would you describe what Gander is going to look and feel like?
What we're doing is we're focusing on the things that we know that people are looking for, again, like that social connection side. And so we're kind of taking from what exists out there, at least to start. But I've been a long time user experience designer and interface designer and product designer, along with the people on the team. And so we really want to evolve some of the things that you may have already experienced into more cohesive and more fun experiences. There's a lot of conversation about the disinformation on social media, the division, the political talk, and we want to make sure that there's a space for everyone in there. So if what you want is a Twitter-like experience and you like the short-form post, go for it. But if you're someone who wants to flip through videos of kittens and other content like you would on TikTok, we're building for that too, so that we're really meeting the needs of what users want for their own personal social media experience.
So as I mentioned in the intro here, right, you have frustration with disinformation, quote unquote, toxic content on other platforms. But how do you stop that from flourishing? Like, it seems to me, if this is a success, that type of content is going to flourish. Like, it's so hard to stop because I see what happens on the other platforms. How do you get to this utopia that you're promising?
We can see that the way that social media has gone is hate, division, arguing. It sells. That is why it's there. In part, it's people get emotional about things, and they jump in and they argue. But a large part of that is driven by bad actors that are using bots and AI in order to sow this division. And so we're actually piloting, verifying each and every user, making sure that they're human. And then we believe that people do want to have a place where they can actually have civil conversations. This is something that we have always done. It's totally fine to get into an argument with, your family across the table. What's not okay is hate speech, and what's not okay is purposefully sowing division. And so we believe that making sure that having actual humans on the platform, labeling content, allowing people to choose what they want to engage with, what they want to consume, what they don't want to, is going to create a better social media experience and give people what they want.
With Ben Waldman, founder of Gander Social, a social media platform that's set to launch in October. Ben, do you want this to be just for Canadians, or is that just the starting point?
No, that is just the starting point. So, I'm a former Montrealer. I now live in Ottawa. Everyone on the team is Canadian. We're building this to be on sovereign Canadian servers. We are building everything with Canadians. That is the goal here. But it is really a starting point. We feel like this model is Canada's not the only place that wants better forms of social media. And so this, for us, is something that in the long run, we expect to export to the rest of the world.
Do you have any blueprints, or is there a social media platform that maybe we're not aware of in another country that's focused on another country that you would say, hey, this is an example of a product like this that can work?
So one of the one that most of your listeners, or many of your listeners, may have heard of right now is something called Blue Sky. It's out of the U.S. It is a decentralized social media platform where users largely have control over their content. In fact, the sort of network that is based on is what we are using to create our sovereign network. The difference with Blue Sky and with what Gander is doing is that Blue Sky is entirely open, meaning content can be seen, scraped, and viewed, externally. We are wanting to provide more privacy than that, but Blue Sky does in fact provide the labeling that I'm talking about and the moderation. And so there's a little bit more open conversation, and it provides users with the kind of experience that they want to have control over.
I've heard some conflicting reports about Blue Sky, right? And of late, I've heard the traffic has gone down, and I've ventured on it a couple of times, and I haven't found the best environment. In fact, I was like, oh, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't work about Blue Sky. So I'm just kind of wondering, if there's room in the market, and if you can get to, whatever percentage of people you need to actually join, to turn it into something. And I wonder if you've got a thought or two on that, on getting to the critical mass of a new social media platform.
Yeah, and so one of the things that we're cognizant of is, Canada is a large country, and there's, vast swaths of space between us all. And so as we're rolling this out, the plan for us is to get into individual communities. And when I say community, that does mean cities and towns, but it also means things like unions or community organizations, that kind of thing, where we can get to small groups of people and allow them, just like the early days of other social media platforms, to invite their friends and slowly roll this out over time, so that what you're doing is you're actually inviting friends onto the platform. And the way that we've created this is, rather than have what is now called a For You page, that is, algorithmically controlled to provide you with content and keep you on the platform, we put the For You page into your control. So if what you want is to, follow this hockey team closely, and, make sure your uncle's posts show up first, and, you're following this politician, you can put all of that into your For You page so you don't miss the content that matters to you, while still being able to consume other content and discover new stuff.
And Ben, I'm on the website right now, gandersocial.ca. The public launch hasn't happened, but can I join now if I really, really want to?
Yeah, so what you can do is we have an early access program, and what that does is you can sign up, get early access to a username on a first come, first served basis. And you can also sign up for the beta. And as we roll things out, we'll be inviting people from that early access program before anyone else to access the platform.
Ben, I got to tell you, it looks beautiful, right? Looking at the screenshots of how this social media platform looks, visually it's stunning. So I think that is a big part of it, and it gets you're starting off on the right foot, at least design wise.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Come back real soon. Hopefully, we can get some progress on the efforts here.
Thank you for having me. I'd gladly come back whenever you like.
That's Ben Waldman right there, founder of Gander Social. And if you want to check it out, the website, gandersocial.ca.